Welcome to part 4 of the Ratchet and Clank Let's Play. So for now we are done with planet Iridia and now we have to head back to planet Metropolis. And in that whole sentence I never stuttered. That should be an achievement. Shit. Oh well. And that's probably gonna go down the drain later. So again, by the way, yeah, I'm not really gonna edit out the loading screens, by the way, because I don't know. Unlike goddamn, my voice keeps cracking. Unlike Sonic 06, where it was just a loading screen, at least this is more exciting, you know. 'Cause, you know, you're flying through space, and you get a nice planet for you to look at. That's actually one thing I wish the future series did. You know, I would have at least appreciated, or at least the 2016 remake. Instead, we just get a boring loading screen telling us the next area we're going to. I know I'm sounding really, how should I put it? Pitiful, but again, I don't know. I kind of miss the whole flying through space loading screen instead of just the generic loading screen as a whole. So anyway, now that we are back in planet Kerwan, we can actually finish up this area right here. I look on the vendors to see if there's any new weapons, but unfortunately there isn't any new weapon. And so all we have is our Pyrociter, our Bomb Glove, and our Blaster. Out of all the weapons, out of the 3 weapons, I feel the Blaster is going to be the most useful. Especially for one planet later on. I think it's going to happen in part 8, where the Blaster is going to be the most useful. Damn you, Facebook notification, I didn't want that. So, anywho. I keep laughing for some reason, I don't know why. Anyway, what's good about the Blaster is that, again, you can take out enemies from a distance, or just enemies that are coming towards you. I wouldn't recommend you hold down the L1 button. And while you did that, well, at least using the Blaster, or go into first person mode anyway. I decided to whip up my Bomb Glove, that wasn't the best idea. So we come, I know it's coming up, and this helicopter. The best strategy with these helicopters, just get as close as you can, and then shoot it down. You know, for a helicopter, those things are pretty weak, because they can be taken down by at least a few bullets. I mean, it's crazy. Also, damn you screen breaks. Or damn you recording breaks, why do you do this to me? But when I said that we can get done with planet Kerwan, we can actually literally get done with planet Kerwan, because all we have left to do is collect the infobot, which requires us to get a certain upgrade by spending some bolts. And we can also pretty much get, well, the last few gold bolts. Because it's the same area where we got the upgrade anyway. Which is going to be the helipack. The iconic helipack used in the Ratchet and Clank series. I think even the future series uses the helipack. Which is a nice touch. It's just always good to have a helipack. Or anything just to increase your mobility. Of course, I'm not going to talk about it until we get to it, but you know, it's something to look forward to. Man, I really do miss this music in the remake, because again, in the 2016 remake, you know, it's just boring, adventurous music, but here it's actually more creative. You know, that's something I wish that they could have just brought into the remake. You know.
Ratchet, that's the man we saw on the infobot. Remember? He knows Captain Quark.
Hey, you're that robot guy, right?
No, actually, I build robots. I myself am not a robot guy, per se.
Nerd.
I like him.
So, now that we've cleared that up, what can I do for you?
Well, we saw your infobot announcement. You were with Captain Quark. We're trying to find Captain Quark. We thought you could help us.
Your logic is commendable. However, I haven't seen Captain Quark since we shot that commercial. Say, Do you run on standard XP18 sister boards?
Version 7.66.
Back at ya. I may be able to help you out after all. How does a helipack upgrade sound?
Upgrade?
Natch, since he's a 766, I could have the little guy up and flying in no time. Of course, I'll just need my fee for service. Okay, this won't hurt a bit.
Hey, wait. Ratchet, am I cool now?
Yeah, you the man, Clank.
You're welcome.
And now we have our helipack upgrade. As for the guy we just met, Big Al, we're not going to be able to see him until up your arsenal. Yeah, up your arsenal. That's one hell of an innuendo. Although, I'm not going to talk about it just yet until, maybe until going commando, but, what are you going to do? So as the Gadgetron help desk is saying, or at least telling us about, now that we got the helipack upgrade, we can, Ratchet's mobility is increased. Granted, we can always side hop whenever we want to, which is very, I don't really side hop all that much. But you can but in terms of at least the mobility upgrades that the helipack gives you, well, first off, we get a high jump by crouching and pressing the X button, and Clank will simply propel Clank upwards, which is nice. And since we have a helipack, of course we can also glide, so we can also glide over ledges. That's pretty self-explanatory. What's also self-explanatory is the long jump. Taken from the Mario games like Super Mario 64 or Super Mario Sunshine, although I'm not sure if this game came out before or after Super Mario Sunshine. Well, actually, no, Super Mario Sunshine doesn't have a long jump at all, so excuse me. Okay, just the long jump from Super Mario 64. That's how you should. That's where it was taken from. So anyway, we can always move across the bridge. Well, first off, I just collect the bolts. I collect some more bolts because I need to scrounge up whatever I can get. It's always a good idea to break the ammo crates because you never know what sort of ammo you'll get. Now, for a skill point, come over here. What you need to do is to jump off this ledge and glide to this statue, because this is actually a skill point you can get. It's a very easy skill point, I might add. It's called Strike the Pose. You just jump off the ledge, glide to the statue, and then run in between its legs. Boom. Skill point. In case you're wondering why I got that one, let's just say that I can be random. You know, I can be random like that. So, okay. Actually, this is something I want to bring up. Now, of course, Ratchet and Clank, as a game, you know, it's a good game in its own right for a first entry in the series. I can already say that it pretty much well deserved the title as one of the best franchises on the PS2. But it doesn't have a few issues, and let's just say that it does have a few issues at least. And while some issues can be, let's say, could be the whole, you know, it's only the first game in the series and it'll be improved later on, and while this problem I will bring up kind of is, it's also still a very fundamental problem. I mean, for the most part, combat works very well. I mean, Ratchet can swing his wrench very easily, you can shoot your gun like a maniac, all you want. But here's the thing with the guns, while you can shoot very well, there's no strafing feature. And for a game that's supposed to be heavy on combat, that can be a huge issue. In fact, you don't get the strafe until the second game, actually. Well, okay, here's a correction. Until you get a certain upgrade, you can't strafe, but when you do get that upgrade, it's very impractical. I'll show it off when I get to it, but it's not that reliable. Despite that, well, you can't really. It's like something that you want in a game, but then, and when it's actually there, it wasn't all that great. It's like, hey, look, I can strafe. On second thought, I'll just stick the manual shooting. I will talk about it until I get to it, but ugh, God, it's so freaking impractical. So anyway, we have another gold bolt to collect, and we can always sneak past these robot dogs, no problem. In sections like this, it's always a good idea to pan the camera down. And then we have our gold bolt. Booyah. Booyah again. I apologize for that. Now as for the enemies, it's always a good idea to take out what I just took out there was actually a regenerator that the enemies will endlessly spawn from. In a game like this, it's always a good idea to take out the respawning things, just like in Battle for Bikini Bottom with the Duplicatotrons. It's always a good idea to take those out. Otherwise, you have, well, let's just say that you have, you'll have an endless swarm of enemies coming at you. And yeah, that's pretty much it. With that. So anyway, now that we got our gold bolt, we can simply hop on the train here. I managed to smash that crate, no problem. Sweet. And we have a little cutscene that plays where the train is moving. It's definitely, this is pretty much the ending climax bit of this planet. All we really have to do is just once again keep moving forward. But since the train is moving, bullets are also going to be affected. Ah, physics. We meet again. Realistic physics. We meet again. And I just took a missile to the face. Oh, come. And right there I was like, come on. The green reticule was on him. How did that not hurt him? How did the bullets not reach? Anyway, you simply long jump like that. Enemies can swipe. I lost a chunk of health. But once you get onto the front car, then the train stops. Yeah, it's one thing I think I should mention is that what's also fundamentally different is that while it does encourage the limited health, while it does encourage the strategy element a bit, there are still times where you're gonna have to go under enemy fire anyway, and it's just yeah, it can be pretty damn annoying, especially with your weapons quick select, because when you hold down the triangle button to switch your weapons, the game doesn't pause. In later games it'll pause, but in this game, nope, not so much. So you really have to be careful and choose when you have to switch your weapons or not. That'd be recommended. That would be extremely recommended.
Greetings, Executive Chairman Drek.
Dispense with the pleasantries, Lieutenant. My sources tell me you're behind schedule. You must prepare this planet to be harvested for our new world.
Yes, sir. As you can see, everything is moving along as planned.
I'm counting on you, Lieutenant. And as your former commander can tell you, I don't take disappointment well.
Yes, sir. I won't fail.
Drek is destroying yet another planet.
Yeah, but if that's the kind of help he's getting, I don't think we have anything to worry about.
You should not underestimate Chairman Drek. He is quite dangerous. We must find Captain Quark.
Look, that lieutenant doesn't seem so tough. Let's take him out ourselves.
Perhaps we can persuade the lieutenant to tell us where Drek is.
Now you're talking.
Still better than Boy Scout Ratchet, I will say that. I know I'm coming off as a fanboy, but well then again, this Ratchet also has his problems too. I won't talk about it until maybe like part 8 or part 9, but what are you gonna do? So anyway, before we actually head off to our next planet, Eudora, we have 2 more gold bolts to collect. The first one is pretty much down here thanks to our helipack. We can glide down here no problem. And, well, this little underside, we have our gold bolt. That's the one thing I actually do like about these gold bolts, is that they actually encourage you to explore a bit more. It definitely increases the replay value, like, it just increases the replay value a lot, and it certainly does help. And this is one... Granted, there's nothing telling you that you can go down there, but you can just simply go down there. Well, then again, these cars have to be coming from somewhere. Here, but... Then again, the kill plane could be strict. What I mean by kill plane is that the, you know, it's that thing where spikes or bottomless pits would use, where if you hit the boundary, then the game will just simply kill you. And it's pretty much an instant death. It's pretty much that. That sort of thing. I may not know much about game design, but I'm learning. Anyway, as for our third and last gold bolt, at least our very last gold bolt we can collect, heck, we have to go through this training course once again. But only up to the second island, and which can help. Nope, I am showing the way off right here. I don't know why that taxi is there. It just gets it to the end of the fitness course, because really there's no point into going to the third island. We only really need to go to the second island and just collect our gold bolt. Now you probably never. And once again, it'll show that the gold bolts really do encourage you to explore a bit more. You know. You can come here before. You can come here after you get the helipack, but I usually come here before the helipack. It's not like this platforming challenge is hard anyway. You just gotta move across these platforms. Got a wall jump. Of course, that was a bad idea to wall jump around that time. Yeah, the wall jump. That's actually another move taken from Super Mario 64. Although you can't really spam the wall jump like you could in that game, because Ratchet makes like an instant 180. So you can't really... It's all in the animation, fellas. It's all in the animation. Anyway, you just do that. And of course I collect the bolts because I can't be that kleptomaniac. And then down here, over here, then you glide. And because that stack of crates is looking suspicious, so I go down here, make sure I smash the crates, and then booyah, we have another gold bolt. Kerwan and all, unless you're coming back for the skill points, Kerwan is pretty much a one and done sort of planet. So that's good. That's very good. Gold bolt acquired. And thankfully there is a taxi you can take. So you're not stuck. That would really suck if you were stuck on... Well, you can kill yourself. You can kill yourself and you would keep the gold bolts, but that would be very stupid design. Although I bet it wouldn't be too stupid, because you do get infinite lives, which is always a plus in my book. Like, especially for a game like this. Damn. Even back in 2002, I guess us gamers back then were really spoiled compared to the kids that play video games in the NES and SNES days, where lives actually do matter. Although I do have my fair share of Mario and Sonic games, things that have the live system. But you know, that's how it goes, I guess. So anyway, folks, that is it for Planet Kerwan, and which is also the end of part 4. And the next time we meet in part 5, we are going to be going through Planet Eudora, aka one of my favorite worlds in the whole game. I'm GameMan584. See you all then.